The internet didn't just react, it exploded. A grainy black and white hallway clip, allegedly leaked by Tasha K, began to circulate online. The footage, shaky, silent, and chilling, showed Erica Mena bursting barefoot out of a hotel room well past midnight. Her purse clutched tight against her chest, her hair disheveled, her expression unreadable, but her urgency unmistakable. Just seconds behind her, Mendeecees Harris followed, his shirt half-tucked, eyes wide with panic, looking around the hallway like he wasn't sure if anyone had seen them, or worse, recorded it. The footage had no sound, no timestamp beyond the clock in the corner. But that didn't stop the world from dissecting every pixel. It didn't need audio. The body language alone spoke volumes. Twitter lit up instantly. Fan pages launched full breakdowns within minutes. Reddit threads analyzed the angle, the timing, the shadows in the corners. What happened in that room? Why was Erica running? Why did Tasha K have the footage? And what pushed her to post it now? The tension between Mendeecees and Erica had already been boiling since the reunion's chaotic ending last season. But this was no longer tension. This was combustion. And Tasha K didn't post it lightly, she posted it with intent. No commentary, no intro, just raw footage and a caption that read, "Y'all been blaming the wrong one. Here's what really happened." That was enough. The internet froze. Scrolls stopped mid-swipe. People who had never even watched Love and hip-hop were suddenly glued to their screens, asking questions they couldn't unsee. Some viewers said Erica looked terrified. Others said it looked like a lover's spat caught in the heat of the moment. But what everyone agreed on was that this wasn't fake. It wasn't produced, it wasn't part of any scheduled taping. It was real. The scene was too raw, too spontaneous to be anything but. The shift was immediate. Just a week ago, Yandi had been taking veiled shots at Erica in interviews. Mendeecees had been vague posting on his story. Erica, meanwhile, had stayed quiet. But once the clip dropped, the silence turned deafening. Fans who had once called Erica messy were suddenly combing through old clips with a different lens. What did Mendeecees do that made her run like that? Why was her hair wild? Why was she barefoot? And why did she look back over her shoulder like she wasn't sure if she'd make it to the elevator? Sources close to Tasha K say the footage came from a hotel employee who had been sitting on it for weeks. A staffer fed up with the fakery on screen while real moments went ignored. Allegedly, Tasha didn't intend to post it at first. But after hearing Yandi go on a podcast and spin the narrative to paint herself and Mendeecees as the victims, she changed her mind. No warning, no teaser, just boom, here's what really happened. The video showed Erica vanishing around the corner toward the elevator bay. Mendeecees paused, paced, hands on his head, circled in frustration, then turned and walked back inside the hotel room. That moment, him standing alone, has now been freeze-framed, dissected, memed, and shared across every platform. It's been called the most human moment of his reality TV career. But the bigger question remains, what happened before that moment? And here's what shook fans the most. Erica said nothing. She didn't like any posts. She didn't go live. She didn't drop a caption. She disappeared. And that's silence. It was louder than any statement. Fans immediately turned into internet detectives. They rewatched old episodes. They dissected her facial expressions in confessionals. They pulled up Instagram lives from months ago. They clipped interviews looking for micro-expressions and hidden meaning. Was she dropping hints this entire time? Did she try to tell us, without actually saying it? Was she living in pain masked behind performance? Meanwhile, Mendeecees broke his silence in the most cryptic way possible. He posted a black screen on his IG story that read, "Not everything you see is what it seems." He deleted it within 10 minutes, but the screenshots had already spread like wildfire. Fans were furious. If you didn't do anything wrong, why the riddle? If there's more to the story, show it. But of course, Tasha K was already one step ahead. Because while VH1 scrambled behind the scenes, trying to figure out what to do, Tasha did something bold. She went live 5 minutes, wine glass in hand, and simply said, "Y'all really going to keep blaming women for everything? Sometimes the tea's ugly, but it's still the truth." And then she held up her phone on the screen. A folder labeled camera 2. That was all it took. The internet immediately shifted. What was camera 2? Another angle? Footage from inside the hotel room? Was there audio this time? Fans couldn't scroll fast enough. Reddit threads exploded with theories. Twitter ran wild with speculation. The blogs were already writing headlines about a second leak that hadn't even happened yet. One blurry still from the original hallway footage began making the rounds, a reflection in the corner mirror. Some claimed it looked like another person. Others said it might have been Tasha K herself, or even Yandy. The theories didn't need to make sense. They just needed fuel. And this scandal had more than enough. Behind the scenes, production was in full-blown crisis mode. Emergency meetings were happening daily. Legal consultants were called in. Crew members were banned from bringing phones on set. Even call sheets were now being sent under locked digital links with time limits. VH1 had never experienced anything like this. A storyline they didn't control. A leak they couldn't stop, and a public watching their every move. Yandy hadn't been seen on set in days. Rumors swirled that she was negotiating to film her response privately. No producers, no cast, just her side, on her terms. Some insiders say she told executives she was done protecting people who wouldn't protect her. No one knew if she meant Mendeecees, the network, or both. Scrappy, who had stayed silent through most of the drama, reportedly had a tearful off-camera conversation with Yandy, saying, "You don't deserve this, but you knew what he was." And that hit fans hard. Was this not the first time something like this had happened? And just when things felt like they couldn't get worse, Erica's team sent a message, not to VH1, but to Tasha K. "I'm ready when you are." The internet went into overdrive. Was Erica going to sit down with Tasha? Was she going to tell her side, outside the show's grip? The tension had fully shifted from scripted drama to real-life consequences. Then came the teaser. Tasha K dropped 3 seconds of footage from what she claimed was camera 2. In it, we see inside the room Erica and Mendeecees facing each other, body language tense. Erica steps back. Mendeecees moves forward, and then cut. No audio, no context. Just those few frames. But it was enough to reignite the fire. Blogs declared it confirmation. Fans begged for the full tape. And VH1, they panicked. Producers tried to take control. They offered Erica full editorial say over her next confessional. They begged her to speak on camera. She declined. Then came Tasha again, going live and saying, "I don't interview victims. I amplify them." The lines were drawn. This was no longer just a scandal, it was a media war. Two sides of the truth. Two versions of reality. Tasha's platform became the real reunion stage. Her followers doubled in days. Her clip reached 2 million views in under 48 hours. And when she posted a second still a woman entering the room after Erica left, everything cracked open. Who was she? Another cast member? A producer? A friend? Nobody knew, but everybody cared. And then came Erica's first message since the clip. One sentence. "Y'all weren't supposed to see that." It was haunting. It was personal. It was real, and it sent chills. Mendeecees, meanwhile, remained silent. Until legal threats were whispered, his team allegedly began threatening lawsuits against Tasha K, the hotel, and even bloggers who reposted the footage. The hotel issued a vague PR statement about reviewing internal policy. Too little, too late. The story had escaped containment. The footage had gone viral. The narrative was no longer theirs. Back on set, Kirk Frost made things worse. In a taping with Rashida, Jock, and Sierra, he casually said, "This ain't even the biggest leak we gonna see." When a producer asked him what he meant, he shrugged and said, "People forget who got the hard drives." That line alone sent the internet into another spiral. Did Kirk have unseen footage too? Was more coming? Then came the announcement. The reunion would be a closed set, no audience, just the core cast. And Tasha K was on the list. Yes, you read that right. Tasha K was officially invited. Whether it was for ratings or redemption, the internet knew one thing: this wasn't just reality TV anymore. This was real. And nobody was walking away clean. Meanwhile, Mendeecees broke his silence in the most cryptic way possible. He posted a black screen on his IG story that read, "Not everything you see is what it seems." He deleted it within 10 minutes, but the screenshots had already spread, like wildfire. Fans were furious. If you didn't do anything wrong, why the riddle? If there's more to the story, show it. But of course, Tasha K was already one step ahead. Because while VH1 scrambled behind the scenes, trying to figure out what to do, Tasha did something bold. Yandy hadn't been seen on set in days. Rumors swirled that she was negotiating to film her response privately. No producers, no cast, just her side, on her terms. Some insiders say she told executives she was done protecting people who wouldn't protect her. No one knew if she meant Mendeecees, the network, or both. Scrappy, who had stayed silent through most of the drama, reportedly had a tearful off-camera conversation with Yandi saying,